Today on the Hangout, we break down the heavyweight bout between Serge Ibaka and Robin Lopez, plus it's Restgate. Which of your favorite NBA stars will rest next? And the Wisconsin Badgers have broken through to the Sweet 16. We break it down on Hangout. Basketball fans, welcome into the belly of the beast of the Air Canada Centre. This is the Hangout, Canada's home for talking hoops. I'm Akil Augustine, and what we got going on? We got BioSteel coming up, March Madness. We got to talk about the Raptors. So I brought in some of my favorite folks, starting at the end of the couch with my brother from another mother, the director of the Northern Kings basketball program, Vidal Messiah. Vidal, thank you for coming out.
No doubt. Thanks for having me again.
And then we have Kashif Syed, a producer with CTV and a part-time referee, which makes us enemies.
Yeah, a little.
Technically.
Yeah.
All right, and representing North Pole Hoops, right beside me is Elias Smith. I say it right?
Close enough.
Elias.
You got it.
Man, I'm having a rough day. We took like 10 takes to start the show, so just be thankful the show has started and we can jump into things. And we're going to jump into a fight, guys. Possibly the best NBA fight in a long time because I actually saw a punch land. But let's take it back. Rolo versus Ibaka. 1 game suspension for each guy, but your reaction when you saw the amount of fight in this game. Kashif, I'll start with you.
Yo, I loved it. Honestly, I was so happy. When I saw Robin, Sideshow Bob, Lopez throw that punch, it got me excited because Ibaka returned the punch in favor, and he threw his fist right into Lopez's curls.
Shout out to Jamal McGlure.
But as a referee, I mean.
Yeah. No, but listen. I don't condone fighting.
Just saying,
I don't condone fighting, but I'm just saying, we're a hockey city, right?
Yes.
I don't watch hockey, just by the way, but I love the physical fight because the Raptors are soft. We're a bunch of sissies on the court.
So from an identity standpoint,
I think it's definitely changed up now.
I mean,
that reminded me of the days with Charles Oakley, Barkley, those guys getting into it.
Charles Oakley is still fighting.
Actually, he's still fighting in the same.
Reminds me of last week. Quickly, shouts out to Jamal McGlure, who let his stance be known. One of the toughest, I think the toughest coach in the league. I love what he did, but quickly, we have to change focus now and get back to what happened on the court. Last Sunday, we saw them pull out a great fourth quarter against the Detroit Pistons. They had a great game against Indiana, but really the comeback in Chicago and the stops that they got. Vidal, have they finally bought into the defensive identity they've been trying to sell for so long?
You know what? The Raptors have to be a defensive team. I mean, I think, if you look back at, Coach Casey and his, track record, it's a defensive-minded approach. So, I think in recent years they've gone away from that. They've been more offensive, oriented, shooting the three, bringing in guys that kind of fit that profile, but I think getting Ibaka, Tucker, they're getting back to that tough defensive mindset. That approach is going to help them a lot in the playoffs, and I think it's something they can hang their hat on as opposed to their offense, which, you and I both know I'm not the greatest fan of. So
there's a trickle down from those two joining the group?
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
totally. And you need that. You need that toughness because, like I said before, the Raptors are soft. We all know this.
Wow.
No denying it.
I'm not going to go ahead and say I know
Once
this.
we had DeMar Carroll,
don't drag me into your
DJ
stuff.
Tucker and Ibaka brought it up to the next level. Thank you for throwing that punch back. It feels good. Jamal McGlure, thank you for standing up.
Yeah, I'm going to eat off of Vi's point a little bit. I mean, I think when they brought in Dwayne Casey, he just changed up the whole philosophy of the team. But now with the personnel in place, now you can actually execute it a little bit better.
Exactly.
Tucker's been a huge part of that, I would say.
All right, since the All-Star break, they have the 3rd best defensive rating of any team in the NBA. But we expect Kyle Lowry to come back and help the offense. But can they maintain this identity that they've gained with P.J. Tucker and Ibaka when Lowry hits the floor again?
They're going to have to find a balance. I mean, I think Lowry brings a certain kind of toughness as well. He's Philly tough. He's gritty. Fans love that. But I do think sometimes offensively, the way they approach the game from the perimeter, they've got to find a balance with their attack on offense to help their defense, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, but the problem is their offense sucks.
Their offense.
Because all it is give the ball to DeMar, I let him shoot, or give the ball to Kyle Lowry.
From Toronto?
You have an opinion?
I'm just saying
the Screwface Capital.
You know what I mean?
The Screwface Capital has come out in the form of Kashif Syed.
We're talking about defense, right? But the thing is, the defense is not there. You know what I'm saying? With Ibaka and Tucker, it's getting there. And Lowry needs to be that pesky defender.
Cut him off, man. Cut him off.
I think with Lowry back in the mix, it becomes a 3-headed monster. The beauty of it is now you have guys at every position.
2.5.
But you guys, you have a 5, you have a 3-4, and you have a 1 that can play
I think
defense.
you're right in terms of personnel. My question mark is they have to balance their attack to help their defense. I think those deep threes, those early threes, hurt them in transition, and I think they're better in the half court, you know, in terms of efficiency. I don't know what the numbers are in transition, but I think their strength is getting back in the half court, manning up. You got to take quality shots to get that.
All right, now everyone panics after All-Star. Kyle's out, so basically the playoffs probably, right? But the Raptors have gone 9-5 without Kyle. What does this say about this team?
They're a good team. They're a good team.
But, obviously.
But with Kyle Lowry, they're a great team. And not a 3-headed monster. A 2.5-headed monster. At that.
Who's a half-head? Ibaka?
No.
Who?
Kyle Lowry.
What?
Yes.
No.
I'm putting Ibaka there. DeMar DeRozan. Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry's the heart and soul of this team, man. Without him there.
He's the engine.
My problem with you is you're going to get a lot of people calling me going, yo, you had that guy Cash up on your show. So what? Why am I not on the show?
A lot of people are going to be calling me like, Cash, man, thanks for telling the truth and speaking the truth out there on television. We love what you're saying, man.
I don't know if you're getting those phone calls. Are we agreeing with Kashif on this?
You know, he hasn't.
We don't have a big
nothing wrong with that. I think there are a large percentage of Raptors fans that don't like certain aspects of the team, but we're fans. We're allowed to do that, right? That's what makes it fun.
But wait, so you're going to let him say that Kyle Lowry's
I mean,
Kyle Lowry's a half star?
He's a superstar.
You got a coach and referee sitting side by side, man.
Then let me weigh in from an evaluative standpoint.
Thank you.
I mean, every time the guy's injected into a game, he's immediate impact.
He's a boost.
Whether he's scoring, he's playing both ends of the floor. You got to remember that as well.
Defensively, I don't know.
Dude, he was averaging just over 2 steals a game last season. Now he's down to I think 1.7, somewhere around there, and that's only because he's gambling a little bit less.
I'm hopeful. When he comes back, that like Ibaka and Tucker will rub off on him. I'm really hopeful.
Okay. Now Raptors have now kind of started to win games that they've been down double digits. So can we start to say this team is now clutch? I'm going to start here because I think I'm getting more of what I like out of here.
I mean, I think it all started in last year's playoffs. I think that's when the clutch gene started to formulate. Winning 2 Game 7s and then taking Cleveland deep. I think that's where it all got going. And right now, like they're playing some of their best defense without Lowry in the mix. So it's only getting better from here.
All right, take a look at some of those numbers, man.
Yeah, I'm not ready to call them clutch. I do think Kyle Lowry's a pretty clutch player in terms of making big shots. The DeRozan's hit some big shots. Is the team clutch? Is that a reflection of what you're seeing there? I don't think so. I think they're better defensively, and that's where you win games, especially at the end of games. It comes down to getting stops. That's what you're seeing. Are they clutch? Clutch is more of an offensive term.
Totally. I agree, Vibe, because you know what?
I'm a smart dude.
Numbers look great. You're
you know what? I'm just going to cut you off now. We got to go to commercial, man. You hold your tongue. I've heard enough from you for the first block.
Can I say one thing?
No, we got to go to commercial break.
Referees got to control it, man.
There will be more Kashif Syed when we return from commercial break. We got to talk about Restgate. Who will sit out next? Did you buy tickets to go see a team and they didn't play their best players? Are you offended? Call these lawyers now.